Hello and welcome back to the Dexter Plans channel. Today we're going to kick off a new series which we're calling Knowledge and Defence. We're going to be reviewing games that our team has played at various events, showing knowledge of the deck and its winning lines, whilst defending any misplays. In this first episode, I'm joined by Chris, fresh from his win at the Dudley PQ just before Christmas. We'll be taking a look at his quarterfinals match against Gar ECL.
Yes, I was the higher seed going into this, so the choice of initiative, and obviously chose to start. So I think you can see I'm trying to decide what to do here, and I start with the Grogu unit. This is kind of an interesting. I kind of wasn't sure how to approach this matchup, but I think you sort of see that in this first game. I kind of don't know, do I need to try and control the board, or do I need to be aggressive and race? And by starting Grogu, I'm like really heavily making the decision I need to control the board. So, spoilers, we'll see how that kind of works out. Not well for me in this particular game.
So was Grogu your only turn one play, or did you have another one that you chose between?
I think I had the choice of an Obi-Wan there as well, which is obviously quite bad because he plays a 2-2 with a shield that just dies. But I could have mulliganed. You can mulligan quite aggressively with this deck. You can see the first mistake I make here. So obviously use Grogu to ping off the shield from Secretive Sage. What I should do is I should just remove one damage from Grogu, not both, just to ping the shield off. And then I've got a second damage later to ping another shield off if I need to. That does become relevant later. This Grogu then becomes a bit of a struggle. And then I think I play an Obi-Wan. Yeah.
I suppose, if you don't continue the chain of playing things with the hand ability, you don't keep getting the Grogu benefit.
And that's kind of the problem you run into, and you need to run something into one of their units to get some damage.
And especially with Gar, they're always going to be playing shields.
They're always going to be playing shields, and you also need to, if I was really concerned about it, for instance, I could use Obi-Wan here just to kill off the Secretive Sage and get 2 damage. But then the client can kill Obi-Wan and I don't have any damage left anyway.
Okay, so we go for the General's Blade here on Obi-Wan.
Here, complete pivot. I'm going to decide to race, put the General's Blade on Obi-Wan. I've seen the deck list, so I know he doesn't have any main deck answers to this. Obviously, everyone's a Jedi, so I get the Jedi discount on that as well. And here you can really see I just kind of don't. So I'm going to play the Bounty Hunter's Quarry on the Secretive Sage here, because I can kill it. And I think what I'm kind of thinking here is, at some point I'm going to use Hand's ability, play a unit out with damage on it, use Grogu to finish off the Secretive Sage, and that's going to give me enough board advantage to then kind of win.
Okay, so you can at this point, are you thinking swinging base with Obi-Wan instead of killing this?
Which I think is, in hindsight, is a mistake. I think I should kill the Secretive Sage with Obi-Wan. I obviously don't want to, because that's wasting like 4 points of damage with the blade on there. And they're
already up to 7 on base, so you feel behind.
So I sort of think, well, I've got the blade, I can race here. And then he puts another shield on the Secretive Sage here. So I'm still, like, at this point, I think I'm still kind of in it. Like, the General's Blade on the Obi-Wan is super threatening.
Into an ECL, it's always going to be.
Exactly. So I think I actually draw a Wrecker here as well. So I think what I should do this turn is actually use the Wrecker. So if I attack with the Obi-Wan first, I've still got initiative. That way I can get the discount, and then I can ECL out the Wrecker and clear the Secretive Sage.
And get you 3-drop.
Push a whole load of damage, get the 3-drop off the Quarry. Like, I think that's what I should be looking to do this turn. But I think I'm kind of just a bit cautious of doing that. So I push the damage on the base. At this point, everything's shielded, so it makes sense for everyone to go on the base.
Was there ever a thought of putting the Bounty Hunter's Quarry on the client because it's unique, or do you feel it's consistent enough to hit it on 5 instead of 10?
I think it's consistent enough. You have loads of targets in the deck, and they're all really good broadly. And even if you get like Karas Nemec, who's a 2-drop, that's still really good. So
we're pushing fine. Obi to base here up to 12 damage.
Yeah. I can't remember what he does here.
Are you at this point worried about ECL Vader on the next turn?
Yes, I think I probably assume that's how Obi-Wan is going to die.
So does that then
how much
potentially
damage
deter you from wreckering?
Possibly. So I go for the hand flip here. I need to do the hand flip before I do the wrecker anyway, so that makes sense. Because if you do, obviously if I do wrecker first and destroy a resource, I then don't have the resources to deploy hand.
Yeah.
I'm probably also thinking here I can swing hand into something and then start using Grogu again, maybe.
Do you know what else you have in hand at this point that you could also be using?
I think I saw earlier, I think it's a Queen Amidala, and I can't remember what the other card is. Oh, it's a Cassian. Yeah.
Yeah, Queen Amidala, Cassian, and is that a Nemec as well?
I think it's a Wrecker, the card in the middle.
Ah, okay.
Because I remember thinking I can wreck it here. And that's probably the play I should make here, I think, even though the Secretive Sage is exhausted. So what am I? I'm on I'm on 13 damage on base. He's on 12. So I think here to 15. Well,
Yeah, a Wrecker here would take him up to 20.
Yeah, and then I've got.
He takes you to 16 with the client, but he's also got.
Well, if I Wrecker here, he's probably got to claim. So he swings there. See, I'm just going to use hand and play some stuff out. Yeah, I work out. See, I think I'm just valuing being resource efficient here.
You're on the go wide because you've still got the 3
all of my resources. But realistically, at this point, that Cassian Andor's not doing anything. It's never going to be relevant.
No.
You can see he's got a Super Commando Squad here as well. Which is an interesting one.
I think that's a Vader in the back as well. There you go, Super Commando Squad. Quite an annoying one. Especially, I mean, now you've got the damage on the Amidala, you can use the Grogu to ping the shield.
Which is what I do here, I think.
That makes the most sense. Get the Sentinel out of the way, make him have to put an upgrade on it.
Yeah, initiative's so important at this point, though.
But you kind of have to do it because you're probably going to play the Cassian anyway. And if you don't get rid of the shield,
it's kind of sunk cost at that point. I've sort of committed to this Cassian line.
And I suppose if he has got the Vader, you can then shield that instead of shielding the Vader. And then
and he's probably I'm on 16. So the more worrying thing here is. I guess I'm not dead in 2 actions. I'm dead to 3 of his units, but he's got 4 of his units on the board currently.
Yeah, and you've also still got the guard deployed to deal with.
And I've still got the guard deployed to deal with. So the game is ending this turn one way or another.
Yeah.
I can ECL Wrecker. So if I can get rid of this annoying Sentinel, well, it's not Sentinel anymore actually. So I'm probably thinking, well, I can ECL Wrecker in for 5. I can kill him in 2 actions probably. What he does is play a blaster on the Commando Squad, which puts me such that it takes a whole turn off the clock, whole kind of action round off the clock, right? So I get to 22.
Because that then hits you
Enough
for 7. Yes, 23. So now whatever he hits you with, you're done.
Now everything's lethal, exactly. And the Super White Ball I played doesn't do anything, and it's a Sentinel. I need to kill him in 1 action. Obviously, I can't do 10 points of damage in 1 action from this. So yeah, we skip that one up. So it's an interesting game. I don't.
Yeah, I think as you say, the Wrecker is potentially the better option there. Is sort of make him have it with the either the Vader or that Super Commando Squad again. But if you play the Wrecker, you're likely to then have initiative if he doesn't panic and instantly claim, at which point he's not spent the resources and he's going into
Exactly.
6 with a
Initiative
lesser board.
becomes so important. Yeah. And I think that's it. I think with the extra unit I get off the time of the Bounty Hunter's Quarry, that's probably enough for me to sort of push enough damage the next turn, even if he's got the ECL Vader, which is
as well as the 5 to base. If you do that, you get the 5 to base, you get the unit. You're likely to have lethal in 1 or 2 actions if you can't deal with it. So
exactly.
Anything in your sideboard that you specifically brought in here, or anything you thought was bad and wanted to take out?
So I think the Kellerans and the Chew sides come out definitely.
Mm-hmm.
They're too big. We're not getting that large. Even if you play Kelleran for 6, it's kind of like a 6 cost do nothing.
Yeah.
And as you saw in that last game, 6 resources was when it was over. I definitely bring in the Sundari Peacekeepers. Obviously, this is an aggro matchup, so they really help in that. And I think Captain Typho as well was really good.
Just slow it
I'm
down.
not sure what. Yeah, I'm not sure what I take out. Possibly the Grogu's. You sort of saw in that first match, like Grogu kind of didn't do enough there, really. I don't think. So I probably end up taking those out.
Yeah, because I don't believe this deck, other than space units, plays anything on turn 1 that isn't shielded. And even then, if it does, it's got 3 health.
Yes. So it could be. Yeah, I think he could play like an Owen Lars or something.
Yeah. But if he's playing Owen Lars, he's playing it with a Krennic as well.
Yes, yeah, probably. So I think the Grogu's come out. I also think, kind of not a sideboarding decision, but more sort of how does this game need to go decision. I need to commit to the line that I'm choosing. Like either if I'm going to race, I need to commit to racing. So don't bother sticking about it as quarry on a unit that you're never going to get to claim. And if I'm controlling the board, I've got to commit to controlling the board. So even if I see a big juicy opportunity to push damage, I might need to control the board.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Oh, another sideboard card they pulled up there. Hopefully.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Was that because you put it in, or is that just them speculating that you might?
No, I did. So obviously one of the ways that Gar can beat me is if he gets sort of axe woves into emergency powers or something like that.
Another one is just Iden, the Iden pilot in a ship.
The Iden pilot on a ship's pretty, can be quite big as well.
You can get, and because that defeats all upgrades, right? So it will defeat the shield, the Iden, and then if you ECL it, the unit as well.
Yeah. That is a play you can do. So yeah, that comes into. So quite a lot comes in from the sideboard. Can't remember
there's a good chance that he's seen the Aether Sprite in your side as well in the open deck list, and potentially won't go for the Iden play, especially with that and the Outer Rim Constables in main. But you can never rule it out. Sometimes that's what the deck gives you, and you have to go for it.
Yeah. And when you are ahead, when you win the first game as well, you can sort of take slightly riskier plays in any case.
Yeah, 100%. So you said he didn't have much upgrade removal main deck. Do you know how much he had post side?
Did he have confiscates?
Because I guess that then plays into your mindset of, do I hold the blade? Do I just drop it on the OB early again and go for it?
Yeah, definitely. Let me just pull up this list. And it's one of the advantages of
after the fact, you can see,
right? So he had 2 confiscates in the sideboard. So I sort of knew that, and I thought, like, as long as I don't get blown out by. Anyway, this game is starting. Yeah. So I have a terrible hand here.
By the looks of it, it was a decision between Wrecker or the Gorilla Attack Pod to go into the resources. I know you have is it 1 main deck and 1 side. Do you bring the other attack pod in?
I think. I brought a lot of stuff in. I can't remember off the top of my head, to be honest.
So there is a chance that that's the decision.
Definitely. It's what do I set out? I keep the Wrecker here. I think that's kind of correct. I need Wrecker, basically. Wrecker's how I close out this game, probably.
So that looked like it was you start blue leader, he starts
Yep.
Power of the Dark. He starts nothing, early claim into Power of the Dark Side. You're probably quite happy with that start, I would say.
Oh, tremendously happy. Yeah. I have a joke to him that he's, after sideboarding, he's just turned into a hard control deck. But obviously, he's just whiffed on his turn 1 play. Like, my turn 1 play is pretty bad in that it's just a 3/1 in space.
You're never going to complain to see a power on that. And then you follow it up with the Sundari, which I think is one of the better plays you could have here.
Exactly, it's one of the better 3-drops I think I can do. So he plays the shuttle, which kind of doesn't do anything. Obviously, I'm not getting any benefit for the restore from the Sundari.
3 powers, 3
what
power.
am I looking at in my hands?
So you got a Constable there. You've still got the Wrecker. You've still got Vanth, I think that is.
Yeah, this is slightly interesting. So I want to use my resources efficiently in this game, in this round. So I use Hand's ability to play Cobb Vanth. So I've got Cobb Vanth and the Outer Rim Constable of the cards I can play this turn. So I use Hand's ability to play Cobb Vanth and he dies, and then I get to search the top 10 for a 2-drop. So basically what I'm saying is I'm getting this turn,
two
playing
drops.
a random 2-drop and the Outer Rim Constable is going to defeat the shield off the shuttle, which is like fine. And what do I get here? Like a Gungi.
Okay, you get a Gungi.
Which is perfectly like.
Yeah, it's a 3/2 or 2/5, kind of the same thing.
I'm putting sort of 5 powers worth of units on the board this round and getting rid of that shield. That's pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about this.
Yeah. I suppose best case is probably Nemec at that point, but Nemec is probably the best 2-drop in the deck.
Better. Yeah. Mina Bonteri is pretty reasonable here for the restore as well.
Yeah, very true, very true. Especially because he's struggling to keep up on units at the moment. That might change at the 6 resource turn with a Vader, but still you've got the ability to churn it out.
We've got a long way to go there, and I'm kind of... So I have the Aether Sprite in hand at this point as well, so I know if he goes for emergency powers, I can answer that.
So he goes for the Craving Powers instead.
He goes for Craving Power and kills the Peacekeeper. And I think I don't really have anything better to do this turn than to Aether Sprite to get rid of the emergency power, Craving Power.
So are you debating the ECL here?
No, I don't think so. I think I've got the Wrecker in my hand. I know I'm going to sort of use Wrecker next turn. So I'm still pushing 5-8 damage this turn because I get my leader out. Yeah. So even if the emergency powers next turn, I feel like I've sort of got enough of a lead here.
Basically. Yeah, you're only on 3 damage on base.
Yeah.
So it was probably not necessary to ECL at that point. You can save you could even save the Wrecker ECL for the Gar leader deploy.
Yeah. So how much is he's up to 11 now? And I've got 10, 12 damage. So I'm 2 off lethal this turn.
You can really see the difference no turn 1 and a power makes to the game.
Oh,
now you're going into 6 resource turn and no one's anywhere near death.
Yeah, it's quite a slow start to the game. I mean, it will come, like the game is going to end, I can't remember if it ends this turn or next turn.
Because you're representing 8 plus 4, so you're representing another 12 here, which is too short of lethal. So if you have an attack pod or a Wrecker or anything like that, you're happy.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've got
you've got a Wrecker in hand. Yeah.
And I've got a Poe Pilot, so I can stick the Poe Pilot on the Aether Sprite. I have, I can't remember what he does here, but at this point, things are looking pretty good for me.
Yeah. Trying to see what
even if
there's definitely an overwhelming barrage there, but I don't think that gets him out of this position.
No, I think it might be what he does.
He does what he goes for.
The Aether Sprite.
So he's got a total of 6 damage.
5
damage to do with that. So he spends all 5 of it on the Aether Sprite.
Yeah, exactly. So doesn't feel that great for him.
And I guess you're happy because you've now got the actions to Durdle for the leader flip, at which point Wrecker comes down and ruins his day.
There we go. Yeah, I debate for about 1 second and then realise I need to wreck it here. Destroy that attack pod I resourced in the first turn as well.
Yeah. It's one of those, you flip whatever resources on the top, and as long as it's not smuggle, you go for it.
Yeah, like top level, I probably should actually have a bit of a look, because that is a bit of a giveaway getting rid of the attack pod.
You're either showing him you've got another one, or that's your only one.
Yeah, exactly. So I probably should look and find there's going to be like a Gundy or a Nina Bonteri or something random in there. Let's put that into.
I know that as a hand 1 player, whether I should or not, I was always really choosing which resource to defeat or not. 1 for tech and 2 for just giving my opponent information. Like, I never wanted to defeat a 7-drop from my resources, just so I didn't show them that I've only got 2 of each 2-drop. I don't want to show you I've run out of a 2-drop here, because you can see 2 in the discard pile. But
yeah,
that's just me. So it's Snow and Lars from the guy here.
And I think I can just...
It's not quite lethal for the... So yeah, we're up to 19 now with the Wrecker.
Yeah,
so you claim Wrecker swings.
Yeah. So he really needs to claim there, but even if he does claim, I don't think it makes a difference.
It could potentially, because he could have some ECL play.
He probably needs ECL Vader to sort of stabilise the board a bit.
ECL Vader kills Wrecker, kills one other, but then that still leaves you with 2 units that represent lethal, because you had 3 damage on each unit.
Yes, which is what I needed. So yeah, I don't think there's any way to get back into that.
So yeah, game 2 feels pretty comfy for you there.
Yeah, obviously, he misses his turn 1 play, and this is an aggro race, so that it's a game that probably should be sort of fairly comfortable, I think.
Did you make any sideboard changes in between 2 and 3, or did you just roll straight in?
I think I just rolled straight in. I don't think I changed anything.
That makes sense. If it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Seems to be.
Excellent.
And yeah, I guess so that one was more of a race, really, in the end. Obviously, it starts slow because his first play is Power of the Dark Side, so it's sort of the 4 resource turn before I can swing with everything.
And at that point, you're then giving the questions. He's got to find the answers.
Exactly, and we both have a 25 health base, so
yeah, and a Craving Power and Overwhelming Barrage is just it removes units, but it then doesn't develop their board. Same with the Power of the Dark Side. So a lot of those plays were just tap out, deal with one thing. You still have all your resources to provide another question.
Yeah,
and certainly with the Aegis Sprite, it meant that you then had an answer and a question at the same time.
Exactly, yeah. And it's kind of where this deck does well into sort of blue-green villainy in general, I think, is that it just poses a lot of questions. You've got a lot of units that make other units, and you just put a lot of sort of annoying things to deal with on the board.
Yeah, it's that green hero, infinite value. So yeah, in this opening hand, you can see you've got Bounty Hunter's Quarry and a Cobb Vanth. Putting the Bounty Hunter's Quarry down. I
resource the Quarry, which is good. Let's see what else I've got in my hand. And a Cassian. See, I'm thinking about the Cassian here because I do kind of like it as a turn 2 play. It's quite hard for him to kill.
Okay, so the Bounty Hunter's Quarry and the Cobb go down. Do we see what you're playing turn 1?
I think I've got a Nemec in hand. So I'm probably going to go Nemec into...
So Krennic start, Nemec. You're feeling alright here because if he hits the Nemec, then you're getting value out of that.
Yeah, and the reason why I keep the Cassian in hand is for the Disclose for the Nemec as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. That is one downside of Nemec. You do have to sometimes make suboptimal resource decisions.
And you can see I've drawn a second Nemec and sort of snap made the decision when I'm resourcing the Cassian now because I've got something else that gives me the Disclose.
You've got the Disclose. I also saw a Typho in hand there.
Yep. Yeah. So I can go Peacekeeper into Typho. Pretty good. So he powers the Nemec. Obviously, I've got the Disclose. Do I just knock the shield off here? Probably just knock the shield off.
Are you then looking to play this Poe pilot this turn as your 3 resource play?
I think I should play the Peacekeeper.
Yeah, so knock off the shield, Krennic. Save yourself 1 damage.
The restore is valuable, yeah. Yeah,
he himself to Lars.
Yeah.
I think that's such a great card for this Gar deck. The Restore 2 is a lot, and then also digging for the Vader or the Anakin or whatever you want is pretty sweet as well. I think they play about 8 or 9 Force units, I think it is.
Yeah, enough that you'll reliably hit.
Yeah, 3 Vaders, 3 Mauls, and then something else.
I'm just getting it for free, it's nice. It does give up initiative by doing that, which, like, initiative is really important. But we're also this kind of slightly funny standoff with my Restore unit and his Krennic.
Yeah, you've both got Restore 2 on the board. Neither has damage on base, so it's sort of who's going to break the seal, who's going to let me restore their damage, you know?
Yeah, so I just clear off Owen Lars here. Like, I think it's better to just clear Owen here rather than push damage to base.
So yeah, that's a more. I think that was the only Force unit he could draw, but
yeah. And I'm pretty happy to see that more. I know he's got it. And if we get up to 7 resources and I've only got 1 thing on board,
you just got to bear it in mind.
Cost anyway. It's just kind of like, I don't know whether he keeps it in hand or resources it, to be honest, but it's a solid shout just to resource it.
So yeah, I suppose here you've now gotten rid of his restore. He's got to answer your restore.
I can't remember what he does. Does he go to base? He goes to base with Krennic, yeah.
I guess I'd do to base.
So I think, okay, I can restore that later. I sort of consider what I'm going to play here. I think I suspect he's got a Power of the Dark Side in hand, and I suspect he's looking to Power of the Dark Side me again. So I actually do a slightly weird play here, and I go for the Poe pilot. I don't know whether the Typho is better. I split it, yeah, because I think without the shield, his Krennic can't actually kill the Poe unit if I haven't damaged it.
So it looks like in hand you've got 2 Mauls, a Krennic shuttle, and something else.
Yeah.
So are you splitting up the hand pilot?
So I split this up. Sorry. Yeah. I'll go for this line. As I say, I think the Typho is slightly better. This is like 1 more power on the board. But
I suppose with the Typho, you can then have that surprise element of plonk it down when he's about to swing with something big.
Yeah. And then he shields the Krennic, and I'm like, that's annoying. So that deals with both of my units if he wants to. And I obviously am going to open next turn valuing getting the swing in with the Peacekeeper rather than Poe anyway for the restore. But it puts him in the position where he's on the defensive, right? Like,
yeah, you're now 3 units versus his 2.
Yeah.
He's setting up the plays to trade, whereas you're setting up the plays to play more stuff.
And push more damage. And I don't know what I have in my hand at this point, whether I've got a Wrecker again or anything that I know can sort of answer evade the next turn.
In this matchup, are you looking to ever ECL Poe, or is it just save the ECL for the Wrecker, go from there?
It's probably unlikely you'd ECL a Poe. I'm sure there are points where it would be correct.
The only time I can think of it is if you really needed to get rid of a certain upgrade. But
yeah,
just playing one is good enough.
So I get the restore here. I've healed my base up to 4.
Heal all the damage. Go up to is it 6 on his?
I think it's just 3. I think that's the first damage I've got on his base this game.
I think you're right. Yes, because it was power into hitting the Owen into this.
Yeah, I don't understand them. This deck kind of does this. It has a slightly weird. It's interesting. He goes to base it. Like, he can clear the Poe, but he chooses not to.
In the same vein, he could also kill the X-wing.
Yeah, you see, I swing with the X-wing, so I'm like, I'm getting this 2 damage in before you clear it. So because we're racing anyway.
There
I know he gets
there
the
is the
Iden
Iden.
pilot here. Yeah. Which is a little bit scary. I don't
So this
have
is
an obvious
potentially a
answer.
situation for a Poe where you come down.
Yeah, ACL Poe actually could be decent here for sure.
But you'd have to ditch 2 cards if you wanted to kill the Krennic.
Yeah. I think I'm feeling at this point that I still have enough on the board that I can win the race.
Mm-hmm.
So even though he's going to hit me for 7 with this,
I believe so.
yeah,
Yeah, 7.
because I'm getting my leader this turn. Still got ECL up. He claims there, which is great for me because I've got a General's Blade in hand. So I know I can get this General's Blade on hand. And I sort of think, I can't remember how much damage that puts him up to.
So that's 11, I
Nemec
believe.
as well, tremendous.
Oh, is it
Yeah,
14?
so I sort of, I can't, must be 11, I think, since it's another 6. Because I sort of think, okay, the worst thing he can do here is he can ECL Vader.
Mm-hmm.
If he ECLs Vader at this point, he's going to kill Han and the Peacekeeper. And I've still then got
8 damage on board.
8 points of damage there, and I think I've got a Wrecker in hand. And then obviously I can push 6 points of Overwhelm with Wrecker through Vader. So I sort of, when I make that General's Blade play, I think about it, I realise actually his best answer to this, I think I still win the game. So I think this kind of puts me far enough ahead in the race. You can see the Wrecker.
You do have the Wrecker. He doesn't have the Vader, which is good.
He doesn't have the Vader here.
He does have the Sentinel, but you could, in theory, sacrifice your Nemec into that to get rid of the shield.
Well, I'll probably sack the. I think he does play that, and I think I do sack the Peacekeeper in, and that gets me the Restore as well.
So I believe currently he is 1 short of lethal because he has 7 from the shuttle, 3 from Krennic, and then 4 from the Gar leader. So you are sort of saying either you do it or I do it. It's going to win this turn.
Yeah, and I'm 2 actions away from finishing him, right? Because I can here do Hand Leader for 6 and then Wrecker.
Yeah.
Wrecker over the Krennic.
Yes, because it does seem to be 14 damage on base.
Yes, I must have missed 3 from someone. I don't know.
It's probably the Poe swinging or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has initiative going into this. He's debating seemingly between the Sentinel with a shield or potentially a hot shot in the rogue, because that is 5 resources.
Yeah.
The hot shot does present lethal, but you've got it in less actions.
I think that's, because he's hot shot, swing with the shuttle, deploy Gar, attack with Gar.
So that's 4 actions, whereas you
4
only
actions. Need 2. Yeah, and I think I'm presenting 3 actions on board, right? Yeah, because I could do Han,
and then any 2 units.
Any other 2 units, exactly. That's then difficult for him to deal with too.
Yes, because as I say, also the Sundari also takes his lethal away.
Yes, yeah. It is a unit he needs to deal with.
Yeah.
And you can see, here he's throwing this in front of me with the shield, so I need to deal with it. And I can use the Peacekeeper, get the 2 healing, make sure I'm far enough away from them being killed this turn. Especially because he spent his resources. There's not really anything he can do for 1 resource to present any more damage.
Yeah, it's not like he's ECLing something here.
No, exactly.
So I believe this is the second game that he's not going to be able to use his ECL. He's saving it for the Vader, but the Vader's not coming.
He is, yeah.
I find this is a trap that a lot of Gar players fall into. I know I was quite bad for it. I played this for a little while, and our teammate Josh plays it as well. And yeah, sometimes you just have to cut your losses, ECL something.
Yeah, I think that probably does make sense. Just take the early ECL. Vader's great at stabilizing, but my great ECL target is great at finishing. So
yeah. You use your Sundari, clear the shield, get rid of the Sentinel. He then claps back with the shuttle to kill the X-Wing, at that point, you're still feeling pretty good. Then Ham swings into base, puts him to 20, and yeah.
His attack to kill, I mean, he's realised that I have him on board this turn, and he's sort of trying to kill clear units.
But even now, he's left you with lethal on board. Because as long as you swing with the Poe first, the Nemec gets
Well, he's got initiative here.
Of course, yeah. So you swing with Han, he kills with Gunnick, and there you go. You flash the Wrecker, and there we go.
Yep. Yeah, enough to sort of finish the game off. It's just kind of interesting the way those games sort of play out. Like, I think all 3 games finished on the 6th resource turn, or were basically playing the 6th resource turn. And most of them, there was kind of no damage on either base until sort of the 4 or 5 resource turn. So it's a lot of kind of posturing, and then all of a sudden the boards get built up, and it then sort of turns into this race. And it happens very quickly.
So yeah, I definitely think a key play in that game 3 was the General's Blade, and it didn't get punished, which it's hard to come back from an unanswered General's Blade. Just turning that hand leader into a 6/9 is hard for anyone.
Yeah. And so he actually had 2 open resources that turn as well, and I was able to sort of take enough actions that he claimed the initiative by the time I was going for the General's Blade play, so I know I'm safe from a confiscate, which he has in his sideboard. Which does make a difference. It's kind of one of those, the initiative's such a funny thing in the game, because sometimes you sort of desperately want it, and sometimes you desperately don't want it, and it's one of those situations where you want your opponent to claim the initiative, so you know that you're free to do what you need to do, and essentially kind of push enough there. And I think he's saying, look, all 3 of my Vaders are in like the bottom 6 cards in my deck here. One of those classic post-game conversations.
Yeah, in none of those 3 games we saw an ECL Vader. But I think even in those last 2 games, it might not have even been enough.
No, I don't think so. He didn't use ECL in any of the games. And actually, I don't think I used ECL in the first game. And this is possibly another sort of learning, I guess, I could take from this is I probably should have been a bit more aggressive with the ECL usage too. I think I was valuing using it for the Wrecker to finish the game off too much, and possibly just taking that board advantage, being able to build up a big enough board would kind of make the difference there. But you sort of sacrifice five points of health on your base, which is huge in sort of an aggressive matchup like that, but ends up not really being used.
Yeah, it just lets you win an action or 2 sooner, Yeah. There you go. Right, so that should do us forward. So that was the quarterfinals match from Dudley. A very close game with some key insight there from Chris. Be sure to check back in on us here on the DSP channel, and in the coming days we'll be posting episode 2 of Knowledge and Defence, in which Chris will talk us through his finals match against Kira Datavault. We hope you've enjoyed this somewhat longer video, and we'll join us again soon. Take care, and see you later.